A potential stumbling block in U.S. efforts to reach that China trade deal. And we want to get over to Eamon Javers, who has more details on where things stand. Eamon, evergreen story or not?
Well, look, it is an evergreen story, and it does happen to be true. That's the thing about evergreen stories, right? They're always true. This is the Bloomberg report that's gotten everybody's attention this morning. Take a look at one key sentence from that piece. They're talking about Chinese reservations now about going forward with any deal past the phase one deal that's already been described and apparently agreed to. What Bloomberg has written here is they remain concerned about President Donald Trump's impulsive nature and the risk he may back out of even the limited deal both sides say they want to sign in coming weeks. So ultimately, what Bloomberg is reporting here is that the Chinese are worried about the president's personality specifically, and that even any agreement they reach on a handshake basis with him might not be enough to actually get a deal to the table. So we'll see whether those reservations in Beijing register in Washington during the course of the day today. The president has been saying he's eager to get to phase one. And yesterday, when we saw that news that the APEC summit was canceled in Chile, that was the venue where they'd expected these two sides to come together and sign this deal. The White House put out a statement saying, no, we're going ahead with this. We expect it in the same time frame. And the open question has been over the past 24 hours or so, where exactly are they going to sign this thing? Now, with this report from Bloomberg, it adds a little bit more uncertainty to the idea that there's going to be a signing at all. And we'll see how Washington responds to that as we go through the day today, guys.
The other part, Eamon, though, and I read the same piece that you read, is that China feels that it's unlikely that it's going to be able to agree to any of the most contentious things that were. I mean, that's part of the story, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not just Trump's impetuous, impulsive nature. It's also that the Chinese may have never been ready to do what we want in terms of IP and state-owned enterprises and everything else.
Yeah, I think you got to look at this in the separate phases, the way they've been breaking it out, right? The phase one deal, what the Bloomberg report is suggesting that the Chinese have some worries about the president's nature on that one being, impetuous. And then on phase two and phase three and however many phases out you go, they've sort of punted all the most difficult stuff, right? The intellectual property stuff, the forced joint venture stuff. A lot of the most difficult issues that would require structural change on the part of the Chinese Communist Party, those things are in the out years, or the out months anyway, of this negotiation. So the question is, can they even get there anyway? Remember, Xi Jinping, he's a strong leader and he doesn't have a democratic system, but he does have his own domestic politics. And it may not be possible for him to agree to some of the things that the president wants from him.